Big news for the 49ers, no Purdy, no Bosa. But big-hearted Brandon Allen steps in. Ladies and gentlemen, grab your popcorn because we've got a juicy NFL story coming straight to you. The San Francisco 49ers are in for a bit of a shakeup as they head into their Week 12 showdown with the Green Bay Packers. Quarterback Brock Purdy, the man who's been as reliable as your grandma's secret recipe for cookies, will not be making the start. That's right, Purdy, who took over as the starting QB last season and led the 49ers to an NFC Championship game, is sidelined due to a pesky right shoulder injury. Cue the dramatic music. Now, before you panic and start planning your woe is me party, there's good news. Brandon Allen, the 49ers' new QB1, will be stepping into the role. And folks, we might just see some magic. Okay, magic might be a bit strong, but hey, he's here to give it his best shot. So, what's going down at the 49ers camp this week? No Purdy? No problem. Well, maybe a little problem. Brock Purdy's shoulder gave out on him, and he's now officially out for the Week 12 game against the Green Bay Packers. This marks his first missed start since he became the undisputed starter for the 49ers last season. That's right, we're talking about the guy who helped lead them to victory after victory and seemed to do it with all the grace of a seasoned pro. Now, Purdy is taking a break to rest up after an MRI showed some soreness in that right shoulder of his. The good news is there doesn't appear to be any major damage, it's more of a let's be cautious situation. Coach Shanahan confirmed that Purdy's chances of returning for the Week 13 game against Buffalo are still looking solid. So, keep your fingers crossed for a Purdy comeback. Who is Brandon Allen? And why should we care? Good question. Brandon Allen is the man of the hour. He's 32 years old. And believe it or not, he's been around the NFL long enough to know what he's doing. Allen first entered the league in 2016 as a sixth-round pick for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Since then, he's had stints with the Denver Broncos and Cincinnati Bengals. Over his 16 NFL appearances and 9 starts, Allen has thrown for 1.611 yards, 10 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions. Not bad, right? It's not exactly Super Bowl MVP numbers. But hey, we're in a next man up situation here. And remember, Allen is stepping into a very high-stakes game. The 49ers are holding on to their playoff hopes with only a thread. So Brandon Allen has the responsibility of keeping those dreams alive against the Green Bay Packers. Led by QB Aaron Rodgers. Okay, we know it's not Rodgers anymore, but let's still give the Packers some respect. Bosa's out. 2-0. As if losing Purdy wasn't enough drama for 1 week. Defensive superstar Nick Bosa is also out for Sunday's game with hip and oblique injuries. Bosa, who has been a wrecking ball on defense all season, has been dealing with a combination of these injuries since November 6th. The poor guy tried to power through it, but in the game against the Seahawks, he was forced to leave after aggravating the injury. If you're a 49ers fan, you're probably thinking, can we catch a break here? But don't worry, Bosa will be back. He's just getting a little extra rest to ensure he comes back stronger than ever. And in his absence, Leonard Floyd and a few other defensive ends will be doing their best to step up. And it gets worse. But we have a plan. You thought we were done? Huh? Well, think again. Trent Williams, the 49ers' veteran left tackle, is also listed as questionable due to an ankle injury. This guy is a rock. Though, he's played through pain in the past, thanks to painkillers and sheer willpower. But this injury might be a little too much for him to handle. Expect Jalen Moore to step in for him. But keep your fingers crossed he doesn't miss too much time. Also, cornerback Charvarius Ward and wide receiver Jacob Cowing are both out for the game. It's like the injury report just keeps growing. But hey, let's focus on the players who are ready to go. The bright side, Kittle and McCaffrey are good to go. Now, here's the good news, George Kittle and Christian McCaffrey are both cleared to play. These two are absolutely crucial to the 49ers' offense. Kittle has been as reliable as ever, making crazy catches, while McCaffrey has been the offensive dynamo, running through defenses like a hot knife through butter. Game time, what's next? So, what does all this mean for the 49ers against the Packers? Well, things are looking a little shaky. But as always, football is unpredictable. The 49ers are a talented team, and while Purdy and Bosa are both out, the others will need to step up. It's not going to be easy, but they've got enough talent to pull off the win. And if Allen can keep things together, maybe we'll all be surprised by a performance we won't forget. As for the Packers, they're likely licking their chops at the thought of facing an injury-depleted 49ers squad. But hey, let's not count out the 49ers just yet. Final thoughts. Whether you're a diehard 49ers fan or someone just tuning in for the drama, this game is sure to be a wild ride. From quarterback uncertainty to key players on the injury list, the 49ers have their work cut out for them. But if there's one thing we know about football, it's that anything can happen. As always, stay tuned for more updates and enjoy the game. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video with your friends who need to know about this NFL showdown. Until next time, keep rooting for your favorite team, and remember, in football, anything can change in the blink of an eye. 49ers QB Brock Purdy. DE Nick Bosa out for Week 12 game versus Packers. The San Francisco 49ers will be without two of their key players in Week 12 as quarterback Brock Purdy and defensive end Nick Bosa have both been officially ruled out for their matchup against the Green Bay Packers. Brock Purdy's injury. Purdy, who had been dealing with right shoulder soreness throughout the week, participated in limited practices but ultimately did not practice on Friday, which raised concerns about his availability. Head coach Kyle Shanahan confirmed that Purdy would not play in Sunday's game against the Packers, marking a significant blow for the 49ers offense. Backup quarterback Brandon Allen will take over the starting role for this game. Allen, who is in his second season with the 49ers, has yet to see any action this year, serving behind Purdy and Sam Darnold. Purdy's injury first appeared during the 49ers' Week 11 loss to the Seattle Seahawks. Following a hit, Purdy was unable to throw the ball more than 10 yards and struggled to perform at his usual level. Despite finishing the game, his discomfort was noticeable. An MRI on Friday revealed the full extent of the injury, which led to Purdy being officially ruled out for Week 12. This marks a significant setback for the 49ers, as Purdy had been playing well prior to the injury. Nick Bosa's injury. Defensive end Nick Bosa, one of the 49ers' defensive stars, will also miss the game due to hip and oblique injuries. Bosa sustained the injuries during a practice on November 6, but he continued to play through them. He managed to finish the Week 10 game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers despite the discomfort. However, Bosa aggravated the injuries during the Week 11 matchup against the Seahawks, leaving the game in the third quarter and not returning. Post-game, Bosa explained that the oblique injury was a result of compensating for the hip issue. With Bosa out, the 49ers will need other players to step up on defense in his absence. His pass rushing ability has been a key part of the 49ers' defensive success, and missing him will be a significant challenge against Green Bay's offense. Trent Williams' injury. In addition to Purdy and Bosa, left tackle Trent Williams is listed as questionable with an ankle injury. Williams suffered the injury in Week 10 but played through it, even receiving a pain-killing injection before playing against Seattle. However, he did not participate in any practices this week, and his status for the game will be a game-time decision. Williams' presence on the offensive line is crucial for protecting the quarterback, and his absence could have a notable impact on the 49ers' ability to move the ball effectively. Looking ahead, with these key players sidelined, the 49ers will need to make quick adjustments. Allen, who has previous experience with the Denver Broncos and Cincinnati Bengals, will start in place of Purdy. However, this leaves the 49ers with a challenging situation, as they'll need to rely on a relatively inexperienced quarterback for this critical game. As for Bosa, the defense will have to adapt to his absence, possibly relying on other pass rushers to step up in his place. The 49ers are facing a Packers team that has had its own struggles this season, but with Purdy and Bosa out, the matchup becomes even more unpredictable for San Francisco. Conclusion. Week 12 brings added uncertainty for the 49ers, who will need to find ways to overcome the loss of their starting quarterback and defensive star. The game against Green Bay will be a true test for the team's depth and ability to adjust on the fly. With backup players stepping in, the 49ers will look to stay competitive despite the challenges ahead.